Hello again, folks. Welcome back to McTear's TV Whisky channel. I'm David. I'm here to talk to you about some of the old bottles that we have in the September auction, and we have quite a few of these older bottles. Actually, the first two I'd like to talk about, this one here, Isle of Jura, standard distillery bottling, but at a very great age of 40 years. Not something you see very often, actually distilled in 1966. So a similar era to this one here. Glenfarclas, 40-year-old from 1965, actually bottled in 2005. A slightly different one, this slightly more interesting, because it's an independent bottling, Scott Selection. Not something you see much at auction, actually, but we've got quite a few from Scott Selection in the September sale. Cask strength as well. Because it's so old, it's been in the cask so long, it's lost a lot of spirit, so it's only 48.5%, but it's probably still strong enough that you'll definitely need a wee nip of water in there. Moving back in time, distilled in 1937, this Strathisla Gordon MacPhail bottling. Getting back to the era where people didn't really drink single malt whiskey, so it was very rare to actually find this kind of thing being bottled. We suspect it was bottled at probably mid-60s, so it's probably about 25 to 30 years old. Not much more information about that one. But Strathisla has always been a cracking malt, so it would be an interesting one to have in your collection. Going back even further, this is a very odd bottle. A old vatted Glenlivet. Actually, we're not really sure what's in it. There's not a lot of information. We know there is Glenlivet spirit in there, but also some other whiskies vatted together, so more like a kind of pure malt, but taking in spirit from different distilleries. It has an inscription on it here. I'd actually like to read this to you. A recommendation from the Analytical Laboratory, Edinburgh, 17th of May 1907. It says, I have made a careful chemical analysis of Andrew Usher & Co.'s old vatted Glenlivet whisky, sampled by me from stock in sealed cases ready for delivery from warehouse, and find such to be of excellent quality, being thoroughly matured and free from objectionable products. It is a very pure spirit, and either with ordinary or aerated water forms a highly palatable and wholesome beverage. And that's Stevenson McAdam said that, the analytical and consulting chemist. So that's a recommendation for you. We actually think it's probably been bottled sort of First World War kind of time, definitely between 1910 and 1920, and certainly King George V's era. Probably going to go for about 200 to 300. Hopefully higher, we'll see. Last bottle to discuss then, it's really an odd one. It was actually bottled in 1953. It's not something we've really ever seen before. It's Dalmatian whiskey, so from Croatia. I can't even imagine what this tastes like, but it's a very odd looking bottle and strange stuff. If anyone fancies trying a real odd taste of history, this would be the one to go for. Finally, just as usual, we've got a nice big finish, so lot 1000 is going to be a hogshead of Isle of Arran single malt from 1995, which was actually the first year that Isle of Arran distillery produced anything. It's actually from the first pouring, and it's cask 41. So if you would like to invest in a bit of history and maybe have your own bottling done of something totally unique, this would be a good chance for you to do that. So have a look, lot 1000, and we hope to see you in the September auction on the 19th.